Hey everybody, it's Ryan of the Grumpy Guy Show for episode number 27. I'm glad that you believe in spam. Tonight we get a little political, including talking about the infrastructure bill. Not to mention we talk about YouTube. So that should be fun.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister.
And I'm Ryan McAllister.
That's right. We got him back this week. Hopefully we'll be able to get him again for some other times. But, finals are coming up and everything, so we're going to try and plan some things out. But we've got some pretty exciting topics for you here. We're going to start out with one from the major trial that's going on that's got everybody's attention. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial.
Everybody's been talking about that. I'm not exactly sure what the trial is for.
Well, there was some riots last year in Michigan. I can't remember exactly what city it was. I don't think it was Detroit. But there were some riots out there, and he went there with a gun, what many would call an assault rifle, and he ended up shooting somebody and killing them. And, the police department does not feel that it's... they don't feel it was self-defense. They felt it was murder.
Yep.
Or at least assault. Deadly assault. And, so that's what's going on there. But one of the things that caught my eye was... it caught my ear and then my eye, because I was just like, what the... I mean, this is like really stupid. It's a tech thing.
How stupid?
It's a technology thing, right?
Here we go.
So the defense lawyer stated in the trial that you can't pinch to zoom because it changes the video. I heard that. I heard that. I'm like, wait a minute. What? And then they're going on about it. I'm like, how can it... And they showed him. You see, you do this, and and they had it on a big screen. You do this, and it changes the video. No, it doesn't change the video. The video is the same. It just zooms in. What the hell is this guy on?
Yeah, that's all it does. It just zooms in.
I'm like, what is this guy on? And then, what made it even worse? It shows how horrible these judges are. When it comes to technology. The judge told the jury, you can't pinch to zoom on this video. What? What the hell?
What? I don't get it.
You can't pinch to zoom because he's afraid it's going to change the video. I'm like, well, that's not how technology works.
The judge is somewhat old, so...
Well, he's older, but...
Old people generally aren't all that great with technology.
But, he's not nearly as old as your grandmother is, and I guarantee that she understands that pinch to zoom does not change a video. I guarantee she understands that. That's what's so ridiculous about this, It's, oh, my God. It just kills me. I mean... It's not like this is new technology. It's not like brand new or something. It's not like, it's an editor. It's a video player. Anyhow, so that was a quick hit because, that's just stupid.
It's plain stupid.
Yeah, and I really can't understand how these people don't understand that. It's plain to see. Pinch to zoom. Does the guy still run the same way? Yeah, he's just bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what they were worried about. They're, he's
Probably.
bigger. He's bigger on there, so...
He's bigger on there.
No, well. So anyhow, the next topic... Let's just jump right into it because I think we kind of beat that one to death. That was pretty easy to do, but...
Yep.
So next we got something that you put on there. What's
this one's also stupid. YouTube removing the dislike count.
So you mean I won't be able to tell how many people dislike my videos now?
Nope, you won't be able to tell unless you go into a specific part under so many like layers and tabs, and it's ridiculous. You gotta go into YouTube Studio, which small creators, who supposedly this is protecting, can't even get to.
Well, I'm a small creator.
Uh-huh.
I'll bet you I can get to it.
And yet, the said creators are the only people who can access this. It's supposed to protect small creators, yet they're the only ones who get to see.
Yeah, I don't understand how that's protecting them. I mean, if people don't like the video, people don't like the video. What's the problem?
Exactly. And if the creator doesn't see, and if this were effective, which it won't be, and in protecting the small creators, then crap, I lost my train of thought.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Woo! Did that help?
Not really. It would mean that small creators who are making crappy videos wouldn't understand that their videos suck. Because that's why people dislike the videos. It's not because of a dislike mob, as YouTube claims.
Yeah, you know, I've heard...
It's because people don't like the videos.
I've heard there are, you know, dislike mobs. You know, they kind of band together and dislike things, but, you know...
That's because the video is bad. And the prime example is on, like, corporate channels and government channels.
Yeah, but, I mean, beyond that, you know... How many people really truly pay attention to that? And that's what this is supposed to
protect. That's what this thing is supposed to protect. It's what it actually is protecting. Not, they say it's to protect small creators, but it's actually protecting corporate, big corporations, because that's what YouTube wants to protect.
Well, yeah,
they don't
because
care about small creators.
Yeah, because the big corporations, they don't actually have to pay them. They've only got to pay the small people. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't pay attention to those anyhow. I don't care if 1,000 people like or dislike a video. If I like it, I'm going to watch it. You know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I've told people for years, my videos, I don't put them up there for anybody else. Sure, other people can go ahead and watch them. I put them up there for when I start forgetting stuff, or when I can't, you know, when I can no longer go out and ride off the road or whatever. I can watch it and I can enjoy it again. You know, so I put them up there for me. Somebody else likes them, great. Somebody else doesn't, that's their problem, not mine. Mm-hmm. I don't understand all this protectionism crap. You know, 90% of people don't really pay attention to these likes and dislikes. And if a small creator doesn't want this stuff seen, there's a little...
They can turn it off anyway. That's how it was.
You can turn it off by each video. You can say, show likes or dislikes. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You can also turn comments off.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Which is going to be the new way to show people that, hey, I dislike this video.
You can turn comments off.
Hey, your video sucks.
Yeah. You know, they'll leave comments, but of course then what'll happen is everybody will make it so that your comments have to be approved in order to show.
Yep.
You know,
that's
and they'll
probably what YouTube's going to do next. Don't give them ideas.
No, it's already there. It's an option. When you
an option to
upload a video, you can say, you know, you can say show all comments, hide potential spam, or only show approved comments, something like that. So you know, so people
they're going to take away
the
option, though.
Well,
don't give them that idea.
Yeah,
don't give them the idea to take away the option.
I don't know. It's just ridiculous because, I mean, I looked at it like somebody wants to leave a comment. I've had comments show up on mine that are like, they're obvious spam. you know?
Yep.
I mean, a freaking 45-minute video of riding off-road and somebody comments, "Oh, you made my year." Really?
Really?
Come on. You know, so I know it's spam, but who cares? I'll leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't hurt me. You know, somebody else says, "Oh, that's a great comment." Well, good for you. I'm glad you believe in spam. I don't. But, you know, it's ridiculous. It's part of the whole control thing. You know, and it goes back to, I think personally, it goes back to the whole everybody wins crap.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can't take any kind of criticism at all because everybody wins. I just don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
But, you know, it's...
Society is trying to put the idea of losing into the... leaving it in the past.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be that way.
No, because I also think that that's part of the reason...
Losing is a part of life.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we've gone this whole route of everybody's included and everybody matters and
everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. And I think that's a big part of the reason that we're having so many problems with people. You know, you look at a lot of these people that are doing these, you know, these attempted mass killings and whatnot, and a lot of times they're people who've had some serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe it's because they're not used to actually losing. They're not used to getting their way. Mm-hmm. You know, so what the hell?
They're not used to hearing the word no.
Yeah. But, you know, everybody wins. You know, I mean, when I was a kid, it didn't matter if I lost. I learned. Mm-hmm. You know, it was about playing...
You move on from it.
It was more about playing the game to have fun than it was winning. I mean, yeah, I was athletic, but I wasn't very good at it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was having fun. That's all that mattered. You know, and now this
That's
whole...
why you do it.
Yeah, and this whole...
You do it for fun.
Everybody wins crap. It's just not... It's... I don't know. It just... seems pointless, and it just... It defeats the purpose. Mm-hmm. Defeats all the lessons. So... now I guess we're ready to move on to the big two topics.
The big two.
Yeah.
So what are these about?
So everybody knows, at least everybody should know by now, that Congress has passed...
Can't do anything.
Well, yeah. But they have passed, and Biden has signed into law this $1.2 trillion package. You know, that's... what the heck was it called? Geez, I'm forgetting about it. I'm forgetting what they called it. Infrastructure.
The bipartisan infrastructure bill.
Yeah. You know,
kind of surprised that it's bipartisan. Nothing's bipartisan nowadays.
Well, you know, it's not really bipartisan because they only got enough Republicans to join them so they could pass the thing, and that's it. You know, and they had a couple of Democrats who were like, "Nah, we've already spent way too much money. We can't afford to spend this $1.2 trillion." You know, and why this bugs me? There's several reasons. Let's start out with the very first one that's really obvious. At least it's obvious to anybody who's been paying attention at all. So, you know, there's this concept of a debt ceiling, meaning this is the highest amount of money that the United States government is allowed to go in debt. Yeah.
That's funny.
Now, over the last few years, at least once a year, we've come up to, oh, it's a really big worry about this. We're coming up to the debt ceiling. What's Congress going to do?
Nothing.
Well, gee. Oh, they did something. They yeah, because what it meant is if they didn't do something, they would work for free. And you know that's not going to happen. But not only would they work for free, they would either have to pay their staff out of pocket, convince their staff to work for free, or do all the work themselves. And we know none of those are going to happen. So they all agreed to, let's raise the debt ceiling.
Yep.
This has happened so many times over the last few years. To me, it's a joke. You know, this debt ceiling means nothing. All it means is, well, we got to try and stay under that. We're not going to pay it down at all, but we got to try and stay under that. And then, you know, gets close, we'll talk and pretend that we're really, really working hard to fix things and just raise it.
We're not doing anything.
Yeah. It's just a feel-good. Oh, look, we raised the debt ceiling so the government's not going to collapse. Okay, well, how long before somebody decides, you know what, I want to collect on that debt. Give me my money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be that long. You know, there's only so much money that people can give the U.S. government. You're not getting it from people like Bezos or Elon Musk or anything like that. No, they don't care. They want that all to themselves. They want to become a trillionaire. They don't want to help the United States.
They don't care.
Debt. No, they don't. They only care about themselves. So, you know, he passed this, and you know, we normally watch the 4 o'clock news, and of course, it wasn't on because that's the time that the president decided he was going to hold a little press conference and do a little rah-rah about how it was bipartisan and all this other stuff, and you know how it's going to save the country. Okay, so you're going to save the country with this $1.2 trillion, you know, and he's talking about this is going to bring broadband to everybody in America. No.
Doesn't sound like it.
Even if the $1.2 trillion was going completely to broadband, it would not get broadband to everybody in the country. Mm-hmm. Why? Well, because if you're putting broadband up, the wires up on poles, utility poles, it costs about $5,000 per quarter mile or something like that to put that up. Mm-hmm. If you're putting it underground, well, I'll get to that in a second. But if you're putting it underground, it's like $20,000 per quarter mile. A lot more. Yeah. So here's why I mentioned that. Most municipalities, they have an agreement with one internet provider to put wires on the utility poles. Any other internet provider has to go underground. Mm-hmm. Because the agreement they have with that one internet provider is an exclusive type thing. And guess who that internet provider usually is? Your cable company. Spectrum, Comcast, Cox, all of these internet companies, you know, or all these cable companies. They make more off of internet than they do off of their cable services now. Partly because everybody's dumping cable because, well, it sucks. But
it does.
But, you know, so these towns have these exclusives. So, you know, we're in a small hamlet. In our little area, there's probably about 2,000 people maybe. And, you know, the town that we live in, there's a total of 5,000 people in the town. That includes our little hamlet plus a village. Mm-hmm. You get outside of those areas, those two areas, broadband disappears very quickly.
Yep.
They are not going to use any of this money to go there. Why? Because they're not going to make any money back. Where are these broadband companies going to spend their money? They're going to spend their money in the cities where they can say, well, now I've got this, I can jack up the speeds and quadruple the prices, and the government's going to pay for it. That's what's going to happen. Rural places aren't going to get crap. You know, But Biden's, this is going to save us. This isn't going to save us. It's not going to do anything for us.
It's never going to change.
No. And, you know, some people say, well, that's a monopoly and they're illegal, especially because it's not regulated. A regulated monopoly is legal, But what that means is in order to change their rates, in order to increase their rates, they actually have to get permission from the government to do so. That's how it is with electric companies. That's how it usually is with natural gas. There's only one power line that goes through your area, and it comes from one electric company. If that electric company wants to raise their rates, they have to file with the government for that area to get the rates raised. That's all there is to it. Mm-hmm. That's not the way it is with these cable companies. They can jack their rates up just because you looked at them funny. But we've got these agreements, these governments have these agreements with them because, we got to limit the number of wires on these poles. No, you don't. They're just funding your campaign. So, you agree to this. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. But, this is going to fix everything. $1.2 trillion. And, of course, the idiots here in Syracuse, they're like, this is going to help us out when it comes to paying for all these changes to I-81. Yeah, all these wonderful changes. Okay. It's just ridiculous. They talk like they're getting billions of dollars. Just for this small project in Syracuse. We're going to get so much money to be able to do this and this and that. I'm like, all right, so you've already added up to nearly $1 billion just for Syracuse? A small city like Syracuse? Come on. Mm-hmm. Syracuse isn't getting that much money. But, that kind of leads right into the other topic that we have.
What's this one?
One of our representatives, and he's a representative. He's not a senator, but he was on TV and they were talking to him about this bill, and they said
it's bipartisan.
Yes, this bipartisan bill.
In quotes.
And actually that is relevant to this because is he actually a Republican?
Who is it?
Katko?
Yeah, he's a Republican.
Yeah, I thought so. So the reason it was such a big deal is that he voted for this bill, in favor of it. And they were talking to him, and he said, "This is what kills me." These aren't his exact words, but these are pretty close. He said, "Sometimes I have to go against my party and vote the way that's going to benefit my constituents." Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. That's what a democracy is. That's what a represented democracy is, which is what we have. We have a represented democracy. He's supposed to do what's best for his constituents, not his party.
Exactly.
I mean, this is the problem that there is with the politics now. Everything's about the party. It's not about what you're actually voted to do. You're voted in to represent the people of your constituency. You're not there to represent the Democrats or the Republicans. But no. That's why we have so much infighting going on, because that's what it's all about. Mm-hmm. It's, I got to represent my party. No,
you don't.
Your party is just there to give overall guidance, not individual guidance on each and every thing. And they're there to support you when it comes to the campaign. They're not there for anything else. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to vote exactly the way that your constituents want you to. That's why these campaigns are so worthless, because they just say what they think you want to hear, and then they're going to vote the way that their party tells them to vote. Mm-hmm. It's just getting ridiculous, and it's why I keep saying over and over again, you're just voting for the lesser of two evils. Because
That's how it's been.
Yes, there are other parties, and there are independent candidates. However, look at 90% of the ballots.
Have a shot at winning.
Yeah, look at 90% of the ballots. 90% of them, there's either a Republican and a Democrat, or there's an uncontested of one of those two parties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see too many others. You know, and that's part of the problem. We've just allowed these two parties to control everything.
Yep. And it's been like this since the Civil War.
Mostly.
Occasionally a third party would show up.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason there was, I think it was there was the one where Purdue ran. I can't remember what
Perot?
Yes, sorry. I don't know why Purdue came into mind. But yeah, when Ross Perot ran, you know, he was a third party candidate and he took away from
Clinton and Bush.
Yeah, he took more away from Bush than he did from Clinton.
Yeah, he did.
And that's why Clinton was able to win. Mm-hmm. You know, all right, I shouldn't say that's why. That's a big part of the reason.
That's part of why.
You know, but still, you know, I mean, he was spending a lot of his own money. Nobody was putting anything into his campaign. It was his own money, for the most part, and that's the problem. You look at how much these campaigns go for now. You know, it's nothing for them to start spending billions of dollars on a campaign. Mm-hmm. But that's why you can't get any small people in there. They've got to have the party backing.
They do.
And nobody has the deep pockets that the Republicans and the Democrats have. But, oh well. So, that's about all I got. I think everybody...
That's all I got.
Yeah, I think everybody's heard the music starting up in the background. So, next week, because it's a holiday week, we're gonna take the week off. And we'll start up the week after that. So hopefully everybody can enjoy their Thanksgiving week. Don't go nuts going Black Friday shopping or anything like that.
Don't kill anyone.
Yeah, don't kill anyone over these stupid deals, because they'll be there again. But remember, you get what you pay for.
They'll be there the night before.
Yeah, you get what you pay for. These cheap things, even though they're name brand, they're cheap for a reason. But anyhow, folks,
good night.
We'll see you.